Okay, I'm demoing a location-aware application that records GPS data, and for this I'm using a GPS intermediate driver for that's provided for Windows Mobile 6 Professional Edition. So the reason I've used a GPS intermediate driver is because this is a software layer as opposed to a hardware driver. So if a hardware driver is used, only one application will be able to talk to the GPS at a time. But instead, by using this approach, it is efficient and it's also easy to control by multiple applications. I've written it in C Sharp. It's a pretty simple code. Some of the code references the Microsoft samples that's located in the SDK, and I've used this because so as not to reinvent the wheel and write excess code, and also the GPS positioning system has been well defined in the code base. I've given a link to that in the PDF document. In order to test the application, I've done it on an emulator. The emulator does not have a GPS hardware, so I've basically used fake coordinates. So that's a tool offered by Microsoft to test applications that involve GPS. I'll explain that over the course of the video. So this is the basic UI. This is the standard from the GPS database. So basically this gives the GPS device, the state of the device, and the service is active or not. And this is the continuously updated part, which is latitude, longitude heading, and the number of satellites that are in view. This is a button to basically switch on and off the GPS, and that's pretty much the application. So now I'll run it. I'll deploy it on a Windows Mobile 6 Classic emulator. Since it's the first run, it takes quite some time to complete. One of my initial evaluations is that Windows Mobile 6 is pretty much outdated because Microsoft has withdrawn support. All the SDK, the tools have been deprecated. Now they're um, vehemently supporting Windows Phone 7. That's why Visual Studio 2010 does not support this. I had to use this in Visual Studio 2008. Okay, as you can see, the deployment has been succeeded. So now the application is loaded. So this is the UI that's been designed. So now this is a button that can be used to trigger on and off. So let's click on it to say GPS on. So as you can see, the device is starting up and the state is on, but other values are not supplied. This is because there's no hardware for the emulator. So in order to solve this, Microsoft has actually provided a tool to give fake coordinates to the emulator to simulate it. So now we'll switch the GPS off and let's go configure the device to share a folder. This is a standard tool as a part of the SDK. So if you get GPS, it's a fake GPS. Is it okay? So now what happens is it's been saved onto the device. So let's go to Start, go to File Explorer, go to the storage card and install fake GPS. So we can install it on the device, hit install. So it says fake GPS has been successfully installed on the device. Now to go and start the application. We pretty much go and enable it, hit done. So it's been enabled. So now if we go to our application and hit GPS on, you can see that the device is using a file to fake the coordinates, and the coordinates are being updated as and when it's pretty much real time. That's pretty much it, and the GPS device can be switched off here. Okay, we'll close the application.